Right then, let's get this hub apart. So, one gear linkage. There's one outer nut. Hang on a second. That's the lock and washer for the frame. And another adjustable. Actually, probably better off if I grab over that part there. There we go. Let's get over the filthy part. Right. Well, that doesn't feel spell. That doesn't feel the best in the world. I think it's probably something to do with the fact this thread's full of crap. Yeah, the whole thing is riding up. So it's pulled out the whole bearing cone as well. Ah, so this has way been over tightened then. Yeah, that's... Now I understand why that's so tight. It's way over tight. Right, let's go to the drive side. Yeah, these. Yeah, it's got some bits missing, lock washer. There's supposed to be a lock washer on there that holds that bottom cone nut in position. But unfortunately, it's missing. Oh, great. So, I've got parts missing out of it. Oh, well. There we go. A washer, a lock nut. There's supposed to be a lock washer around this cone area. There'll be a spring behind this, which there is. There's one bearing and a bearing cone, spacer, and a spring. Alright, must admit that doesn't look too pretty in there, but there we are, that's just me. Alright, screw. Yeah. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Keep your hand over it just in case when it snaps off it doesn't actually fly off and fly into your face. There we go. There's a spacer behind that, yes there is. That comes out too. And out comes a sprocket. A leaf. There's a cover for that, so that goes in there. Ooh. Oh boy. Right, well the clutch mechanism in this doesn't look like any of the ones I've seen. There's a bearing race. So this has got a cage around it as well. Oh man. That does not look pretty. Pretty gruesome to be frank. See if I can get this. Get this one off. Bum, 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 bum. Clearly the ones I've been looking at on the net have been an older version of this thing. This is a more modern unit, clearly. Compared to what I've been looking at. That cone does not want to come loose, does it? Oop, well, that finally came out. It's part of the clutch mechanism. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, typical. Come on. Right till it gets to the end, and then it comes off. So you've got a lock in that spacer, and then we've got the inner cone. So that's the inner pin that disappears inside there. Right. We have still yet to get that out of there. Let me take this bloody... Ooh, there we go. Right. So that's one cone race out. Let's close it. That's the inner shaft. Oh, there's a big lump of swarf there. Oh. There we go. Here she comes. Right. It's one ratchet out. There's a silent planning gears. Now I understand why it was seized, because it looks like, literally looks like it's rusted them. And we take out the planet. Yeah, this has been sat in water somewhere. Oh, so this is definitely an upgraded version from the older ones. Yeah. I don't know, can you see on the inside of there? See how badly rust, there's a big rust spot in there. Yeah, it's not going to do anybody any favours, that is. Alright, that's going to take some cleaning. Oh, fun and games, but here we are. That's what happens when you go and find out what the crack is. Yeah. But I don't think it'll take too much cleaning to get that back up to some decent level. Although, I must admit, it's not looking too clever either. Alright. I wish I had an ultrasonic bath. Okay. Round one to me. I've got it all nice and clean. As you can see, I've actually removed the outer casing from the rest of the wheel. Don't know if I'm going to regret that, but there's probably a good chance I may do. Never rebuilt a wheel before, but there we are. It's the first time of everything. Right, so axle. Here's our planet gears, which I've kept together with their original pins, so nothing gets lost, he hopes. Now what I will do first is the little teeth sitting outside edge. I'll get them on first. Now there are two sets of these. One pair lives on this part and the other pair lives on the outer part of here. They almost look identical, except for that little tab at the top. The little tab ones belong in this one. one on each side. Now what I like to do, now everybody's been using like a thick oil. I prefer a grease. I've got a lithium high performance bearing grease, so to help me out. Click and click. Move that around so they into there. There we are. Bada bing, bada boom. 1, 2. I'll clean them up as best I can. Take all the rust off them. So these are the planet gears. I have tried to keep the same pins with the same gears. So what I'm going to do again, take our high performance grease. There we are. A little bit on the pin. I think the good thing with the grease is it acts like a glue, so stop stuff sliding about and falling about the joint. Push that pin in. There we are. That's another one done. A little more grease. Let's add to the gears just a little bit more. Right, so that's the axle with the sun gear. So we'll add grease to that. Now, this unit here is a Mark III, and the only way to find that out is by measuring the axle, which is 163 millimeters. The Mark IIs are about 148. So that comes through the back. And there we are. So again, another little bit of grease. It's only one goes in one way. In. Slides in there. Now there is a piece that goes over the top. Now this is our clutch. Helps if you get the middle part centralized. There you go. So that will raise this up and down. How far I got it the right way around? And that part will go over the end of here. So that will go into the hub, that direction, into there, and that piece screws on the outside. Right, so magnet, donk, there's one. And there's two. There's the other teeth. Now the springs, which I have continued to lose on more than one occasion. So I must admit, I've dropped these 3 times in and around the house, or should I say in the garage here. They are exceptionally small pieces. Exceptionally small pieces. So that sits above there, like so. finally got the first one in. We find out you've done it the wrong way around when he goes in. It doesn't. The ratchet seizes and stops altogether. Right, that's that part. Keep that away. Right. That is the clutch assembly. Right. So there are the other two parts that live within that part of it. There's the other circlet. That's the outer carry. Come on. Which in turn sits over that part. Right. That bearing sits in there, so what we'll do is I'm inside eraser there. Grease. Bearings. Right. We'll take the hub. Drat. Doesn't always go as you plan, does it? Try it again. Right, this is a bit of a continuation on, unfortunately I actually broke some of these little springs that sit inside here, so I had to basically get some in the post to replace what had broken. And also I got a new chain. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to put the bearing in the other end. So bearing goes in. I've already greased up. I've already put the bearing in that side along with its cover. Here's the cover for the other end. Plonk that in. Now, they are a bit of a pain to put in, but if you get hold of a 20mm socket, that sits perfectly in the middle, and you just give it a little tap with a hammer. Make sure it sits flush just below the edge, and that's the cap in. Right, so let's try this again. So we'll put this in, just gently push the tabs in. Come on. Yeah, that's in. He's in, he's in, he's in. Do not want to break those little springs again. It will be rather embarrassing. Oh, for the love of Mary. Just when you think you've got it all sorted, Sun and Planet gears come apart. Right, let's try that again. Lift the outer. Put those two in, and of course. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the cone, bearing cone in on the bottom. Get that started. Give that a twist around. Right, that's all falling into place there now. So I'll keep giving that a twist until it goes tight. Well, not too tight. Alright. So that's it, that's in. Okay. So I'm going to put the drive side in now. So again, grease on the outer bearing cage. Then I'll put the other half of the clutch in. That bearing's already in place. Slide over the axle. Right, that's finger tight. Yeah, the ratchet's working. So that's back pedal, that's drive. Lovely. Right, so spring. Come on, don't be awkward. There goes the spring, and there's a little plastic cap that sits on top of the spring. Then we put the other cone on. Again, trying not to cross thread it. See, that went on a lot easier. A lot easier. Right, that's gone tight. I'm now going to back it off quarter of a turn to half a turn. Do this side, tightened up, back it off quarter of a turn. Okay, so I'll put the dust cap on. Goes over that end to try and protect that bearing. Now on the non-drive side, we've got a rather large spacer. Then we put the locking nut on. The other spanner, what we do is we give it a tighten. Okay, that's lovely. And then we've got a locking nut to go on the drive side. Once again, tighten her up. So there's a little bit of play there. Actually, I think what I will do, that's interesting. Right, that's gone lock. That's locked up. So back that off half a turn. Tighten that up again. Yeah, no play there now. There's the hub. I'll put in the link. I'll put some links in below of other people who've done these 3-speed hubs from Sturmey Archer. Most of them you'll see are probably an older version of it, but the principles are pretty much all the same. So they are dismantled, cleaned, re-greased, one Sturmey Archer 3-speed hub. It's not as easy as it looks. Bloody pain in the ass. And just watch those little springs. They are bloody awful. They can ping off anywhere across the shop. Ugh. I'll probably do a video of how to put the wheel back together again, because I must admit, I've never spoked a wheel before. That'd be a good one. See you in the next one.